Go.
Hi, welcome to Stephanie's Kitchen. Today I am making Frank's favorite meal for his birthday. It is grilled chicken and cheese with a tomato basil soup. So, the tomatoes are cooking in the oven, and I'll show you how to do that, but let's begin with the sandwiches. I started with a large loaf of Italian bread, and I've cut the bread on a bias and put it in a saute pan here. Now, I've buttered the bottom, and I've already grated some cheddar cheese on top. And then over here on the stove, I've sauteed up some boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I'm just going to place them onto the sandwiches here. Make sure each sandwich has a lot of chicken, because Frank likes protein and chicken. I think he likes chicken because there's lots of protein and it's healthy. Let's put that one there. Falling off. Alright. So, now we are going to put more cheddar cheese on top. Alright. And then we're just going to go back and make sure all the cheese is on the chicken and not on the pan. Alright. That looks pretty good. Now we are going to take the tops of the bread and just place them on top. And again, I've buttered the top. I like to use the Italian bread. It makes the sandwich so much better for dipping in the tomato soup when it's crunchy and crusty, and it's just so much better to dip. I used sandwich bread one time, and Frank told me it was just not the same. So let's put this on the stove and allow this to start grilling. Grill it on medium heat. Now let's pull out our tomato basil mixture. Okay, so what this is, I used 5 beefsteak tomatoes. You can use the beefsteak, you can use tomatoes on the vine, you can use Roma tomatoes. You can use whatever tomatoes are in season and available at your supermarket. I've cut these up, and then I went through and I de-seeded them. So I cut them in quarters, and then I went through with my fingers and just pulled out all the seeds, because the seeds will give the soup a very bitter taste, and that's the last thing that we want. So I chopped up the 5 beefsteak tomatoes. I also chopped up a large white onion, some garlic, and then I just seasoned it with some salt and some pepper, some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, and then I drizzled it with some olive oil and some garlic-infused balsamic vinaigrette. And then I cooked it in the oven for about 30 minutes on 350 degrees. And now we are going to puree the soup, puree the tomatoes, to make our soup in the food processor. So very carefully. And when you chop up all these ingredients, feel free to leave it kind of chunky. You know, don't spend a lot of time dicing it and making it look pretty, because we are going to put it in the food processor and let the machine do the work for us. Look how great this turned out. These tomatoes are just so soft. They're going to make for a great soup. Get all this And the leftover mixture that's in the pan is the remaining olive oil, as well as balsamic vinaigrette with some seasoning. And that will be wonderful in the soup. So very carefully, I'm going to pour this in. We're going to puree this. Now we're going to add some skim milk. I like to keep it with skim milk. Makes a little bit of a healthier soup. Feel free to use whole milk, half and half, whatever you want to make it nice and creamy. And I'm going to pour in, this is probably going to be about a half cup. That it's the best blend of saltiness, pepperiness, Italian seasoningness. So let's go ahead and taste this. It's perfect. If you like, you can add a little bit more salt or pepper, whatever you need to just season it. Here are sandwiches starting to sizzle. So let's go ahead and give these guys a little flip. Nope, not yet. They are almost done. I hear them sizzling. Well, you get the idea. So as this continues to sizzle, it'll turn golden brown, flip it, and that'll be the perfect sandwich to dip into our tomato basil soup. So go ahead and try it, and I hope that you love it.